You guys love all the curries that I make on this channel, and this one is definitely one to love. This beef Madras curry uses simple everyday ingredients that are all easily accessible to produce an amazing and tasty product that literally melts in your mouth. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Alright guys, starting this off, we're going to need one brown or yellow onion that's been peeled, tip and root removed and the scraps saved for a stock. With this, let's slice it in half, and then with each half, thinly slice in the half moon position. Also, once reaching the opposite side, it will become a bit wobbly, so lay it flat to continue slicing safely. Next, here is 3 cloves of peeled garlic and 35 grams or 1.2 ounces of peeled ginger. Run both of them along the largest side of a box grater to easily break them up, leaving us with this beautiful stuff. Also for this recipe we need 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds of chuck steak or beef, and this is a well used part of the cow, so it does require longer cooking times. To get this started, place a large high rimmed pan or pot over a high heat, and once hot add in 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of ghee or clarified butter, giving it a quick mix around to help it melt, and once melted add in the chuck steak, doing so in batches if need be. We don't want to overcrowd the pan and steam the meat, and once in, sear for roughly 4 minutes, allowing it to get some good browning all over, and in the process we want to move it around regularly. After being browned all over, remove the beef from the pan and place it onto a plate or in a bowl to rest for the time being. Now into the same pot or pan, add 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of whole cumin seeds, which is going to add warmth and earthiness, along with 3 bay leaves for a piney fragrance, and another 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of ghee or clarified butter. Mix this around and toast the cumin for 1 minute or until golden and cracking, and I add the ghee last as I use it as a timer for the seeds, so once the ghee is fully melted, the seeds are perfectly toasted. But I will say this method only works if you have good heat distributing pots or pans and it's not scorching hot, which means you will have to correctly balance the heat. Once that's done, add in the thinly sliced onion and saute for 4 minutes, stirring frequently, and the onion's moisture will start to release, picking up the flavours that the beef left behind from that initial sear, greatly enhancing the flavour. Next, add in the grated garlic, along with the grated ginger, and continue sauteing for 1 minute, mixing the whole time to prevent it from burning. Proceed by adding in 1.5 teaspoons or 3 grams of ground cumin to complement the whole spice, 1 teaspoon or 2.5 grams of ground coriander for floral fruity notes, 2.5 teaspoons or 4.5 grams of garam masala, which is a medley of spices that cover all flavors and fragrances needed, half a teaspoon or 1.5 grams of red chili powder or Kashmiri chili powder to add a little heat, and 3/4 of a teaspoon or 2 grams of ground turmeric to add a bit of muskiness and color. With all that, mix the spices through, ensuring everything's well coated, and toast for 45 seconds, mixing the whole time, that way nothing will start to burn. Also, you can add in 8 to 10 curry leaves if you wish to add an intense, fresh and tangy flavour and aroma. To this now, pour in 1 400 gram or 14.1 ounce can of diced tomatoes, and whilst mixing regularly, bring the sauce to a boil. In this step, the tomatoes are going to fully deglaze the pan, pulling up all of those delicious flavours, and this is the step where the sauce or gravy becomes extremely tasty. Also in this step, don't forget to season to your taste with sea salt flakes, and you can also use cracked black pepper if you wish to do so. Now that this is boiling, let's reintroduce the seared chuck steak along with any resting juices, mixing it through to get everything well coated in the gravy. Pour in enough hot water to cover the beef, and this amount will vary depending on the width of your pot or pan, so keep some handy just in case you need to add more, and you may need to add more during the simmering stage, so just keep an eye out for that too. Mix that through one more time so the flavours can become friends, double checking and adjusting seasoning levels, then bring it back to a boil, reduce the heat to medium-low, cover it with a lid, and simmer gently for 1 hour and 20 minutes, mixing it around halfway through. Now after an hour, place a saucepan over a high heat, add in 1 cup or 200 grams of washed basmati rice, along with 2 cups plus 1 tablespoon or 520 milliliters of cold water, half a cinnamon stick for fragrance, and sea salt flakes to taste. Give it a quick mix around to ensure the rice hasn't clumped up in any way or form, then bring this to a boil, place on a lid, reduce the heat to low, and steam for 14 minutes undisturbed. 14 minutes later, turn this off the heat, but leave the lid on for a final 4 minutes to finalize the steaming process, then remove the lid, pick out and discard the cinnamon stick, and fluff up the rice with a fork or spatula before removing it from the stovetop. Going back to the curry, carefully remove the lid, being careful of any escaping steam, and at this stage our curry will be nice and thick and the beef should be just holding together but ready to melt in our mouths. Also, if your gravy is a little bit too thick or reduced, you can also add a splash of water to extend it if you wish to do so. Let's now remove this from the stovetop, and to serve this up, lay down a nice big bed of the soft and fluffy steamed rice, adding in as much or as little as you'd like, then come through and spoon over that tender beef straight on top of the rice. Be sure to pour over that delicious full of flavour curry gravy. Then I like to serve this with freshly toasted roti bread, but you can also use naan bread, and of course, garnish with fresh coriander or cilantro, leaving us with this beautiful tender beef Madras curry that has so much flavour and smells absolutely incredible. The only thing left to do now is make all of this worthwhile, and that is, we can then dig in.
So there we have it. This recipe right here serves 4, and like most of my recipes, it can easily be doubled, tripled and so on, or halved if you wanted to make less. To store it, you can place it in the microwave in an airtight container. To store it, you can place it in the fridge for up to 4 days and in the freezer for up to 4 months. And to reheat it, just place it back in a pan over a medium heat and just heat it up nice and gently for roughly 10 minutes. And you can also place a lid back on that pan too, just to speed up the process, or alternatively, just chuck it in the microwave. Just do whatever's easiest for you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment, share, do all of that stuff. It really does help my channel out, and consider subscribing along with hitting that bell notification next to it so you never miss when I upload. Thanks for watching everyone, stay safe and enjoy.